Hey, this is Kevin Rail for Pine Pond Superfoods. And today we're going to talk about something that I get asked a lot about, and that is lean muscle mass. Well, I'm going to give you some tips about how you can maintain lean muscle mass and how you can build lean muscle mass in the first place. Well, let's start with the diet. A lot of people love to eliminate whole food groups these days. That's the big thing. That's the big trendy thing. I'm not eating carbs, I'm not eating beans, I'm not eating dairy, I'm not eating this, that, or whatever. Unless you have a specific intolerance to something, or you've been told by your doctor that you have an allergy to a certain food or food group, then there's no reason to eliminate anything. One of the keys to maintaining lean muscle mass is you must have a balance in your diet. Let's look at the 3 macronutrients and I'll tell you why. Protein, first of all. Obviously, that's the most popular macronutrient. People love to eat pounds and pounds of that all day long, every day. So when you're working out, your muscles get broken down and literally injured. And that's what muscle soreness actually is. Your muscles are not, it's not lactic acid that you're feeling 2 days down the road when your muscles are sore. They're sore because they've been torn and they've been broken down and they're sore. It's just that simple. So protein helps rebuild all the cell tissue inside your body, including those found in your muscles. And that would also include any kind of thing on your skin, your hair, your nails, your teeth, all those kind of things. Protein is important for that. Okay, great, we established it. So we need that in our diet. Now let's look at carbohydrates. A lot of people love to eliminate carbs and they say, I got in the best shape of my life. Well, good for you. I don't know how you did it. When you're working out, carbohydrates are either utilized for instant energy when you consume them, or they are stored in your liver and in your muscles as what's called glycogen. When you're doing high intensity exercise or you're doing a set of reps or something like that, where your heart rate is elevated and you're huffing and puffing, your body relies on stored glycogen for energy. So if you're carb deficient, you're going to struggle mightily in your workouts. People fool themselves into believing that's not the case, but it absolutely is true. Now, let's look at fats. Fats are very important. Seeds, nuts, avocados, oils, coconut oil, those kind of things. Fat is, your body needs fat to produce hormones in your system, namely growth hormone and testosterone, which are the 2 driving hormones behind muscle gain and muscle preservation. So if you eliminate fat from your diet and try to follow a low-fat diet, you're going to struggle in that department. And you want to make sure that growth hormone and testosterone are as high as can be. So you can get that through the medium of fats. And they're also really good for joint health, they're good for brain function, and they also turn your thermogenic response up a little bit in your body, meaning your metabolism actually rises a little bit when you eat fats. So just know that all 3 of those macronutrients are critically important, not just for lean muscle mass, but for all body functions, from head to toe, all the time, through every hour of the day. So focus on balance. Now, another key thing for lean muscle mass is you want to really put your foot on the accelerator when you're working out. Don't do a set of something and then walk around the gym for a couple minutes, not hours, talking to your friends about the latest craze on social media. You want to cut your rest breaks down pretty short when you're doing weight training exercises and when you're doing any kind of circuit work or if you're doing cardio work. I suggest always do intervals when you're doing cardiovascular. For example, sprint training for on any kind of treadmill or any kind of apparatus or device, or if you're outside, it's even better. I like to, get as much ecotherapy as I can working out outdoors. If you're doing sets of swings, you can do a set of swings for 30 seconds, park it, wait 30 seconds, do another set, do that for 10 minutes in a row. You want to try to keep your rest breaks as short as possible. That's going to help boost your testosterone and growth hormone naturally, and it's also going to tap into your stored glycogen for energy, and anytime you do that, it's called crossing the anaerobic threshold. Anaerobic means without oxygen. So when you're huffing and puffing, that's the spot you want to try to hit when you're working out over and over again. So when you do that, that automatically boosts your metabolism when you're done working out, and it sends your growth hormone and testosterone up through the roof, which again are the key hormones for muscle preservation. So it's very important to do that. Always remember though, 90% quality or better with your exercises. So it's okay to do short rest breaks, but make sure that you have 90% quality or better on your next set that you're going to do. And that's going to enable you to tap into those stored energy sources that we were just talking about. That's going to get you the most benefit for metabolism boosting and growth hormone and testosterone as well. Another trick of the trade is to do functional movements that involve more than a singular pattern. So for example, an exercise like a bicep curl like this, that's called a linear motion. So linear means line, and you're just going in a straight line like this. That's good for showcase muscles, and it's good for bodybuilding competitions if you're down to the wire and you're trying to really get a muscle to be accentuated. However, in the big picture, you're going to be much better off sticking with exercises that involve recruitment from multiple areas through multiple planes of motion. So if you take a dumbbell and put it on the ground and you stand on one foot and you grab it, and then you lift it up and you press it into a single leg, one arm clean press, for example, and then you extend your leg behind you, you're working on your balance, but more importantly, you're working a ton of muscle groups at the same exact time. You're kind of unifying things in one smooth movement pattern. So if you spend more time in the gym doing exercises that involve multiple movements, multiple planes, where your body is at an awkward angle, for example, like a T-stand with dumbbells, where you're on the ground in a plank position and you pull a dumbbell like this and you twist sideways and press it, come back down, switch sides, or even throw a push-up in there and do that. So that exercise is quite popular in a lot of circles. And that right there is going to get you more bang for your buck when it comes to lean muscle mass, because it's going to be recruiting a lot of subsystems with a lot of major muscles involved at the same time. Not to mention, that's going to raise your heart rate up a little bit more because you have to work a lot harder to maintain your position and also move load through the position that you're in. So those kind of things are going to have it's going to cause greater dividends on your end result when it comes to lean muscle mass. So you want to keep that in mind. Well, last but not least, I would suggest stop eating at 7 o'clock every night and try to work out in a fasted state the next day. When you work out in a fasted state, you automatically get into this position where your body pumps out a lot more growth hormone and testosterone as well when you're, say, 8 to 10 to 12 hours fasted. Now, if you're going to work out in the middle of the afternoon, for example, or after work, try to get at least 3 to 4 hours of fasting in before your workout. The effect won't be as great, but at least you're going to have nothing in your stomach, or a lot less in your stomach. It takes about 4 hours for food to digest for the first process. So you're going to be able to move more efficiently, you're going to be able to move lighter, and you're not going to feel like this heaviness in your stomach or in your chest, or your breathing is not going to be as compromised. We can get into that another time down the road. But until next time, this is Kevin Rail for Pine Pollen Superfoods, and there have been some tips for you for lean muscle mass preservation and maintenance. If you have any comments or questions, be sure to hit me up.